Hey boys, welcome back to the NinjaNamedJay channel. And say it with me now, another week, another episode of The Last of Us. And it's the season 2 finale. No more episodes remain. This is the very last one. We've had our ups, we've had our fucking downs, boys. But it all ends here. Episode 7, season 2, as always. I'm going to go through the plot, give my little interjections here and there, then at the end I'll be more thorough on my review of the episode. But also at the end, I'll also give a brief review of Season 2 as a whole as well. So yeah, let's get into this. So we start off with Jesse and Dina, and Jesse is trying to take the arrow out of Dina's thigh. If you remember in episode 5, Dina got shot in the leg with an arrow by the Seraphites. So yeah, Jesse's trying to take it out. You know, he's trying to calm her down. She's in excruciating pain. And he starts pouring alcohol on the wound, and then he offers some to Dina. And she is very upset over this request. And Jesse's kind of taken aback. You know, he's like, what's this about? Why is she so fucking mad? She always wants a drink. But, you know, after that, he gets her patched up and she goes into this, like, a changing room of the theater. Later on, Ellie comes in. And as soon as she comes in, she basically ignores Jesse. She's like, yo, where's Dina at? And he's like, oh, you know, she's in the fucking changing room. And immediately, Ellie goes over to her. I feel so fucking bad for Jesse, right? Like, oh my god. Ellie and Dina, they start talking and shit. And Dina notices that, you know, Ellie's a bit bruised up. And, you know, she wants to kind of clean her wounds. So she gets Ellie to, you know, take off her top so she can start cleaning her back. And I'm so glad her body was not shown, because I would have fucking thrown up, boys. I would have been... But no, this is actually a pretty decent scene, especially from Bella Ramsey. She starts explaining to Dina the Salt Lake City hospital incident. And, you know, she starts saying how Joel saved her and how they would have needed to sacrifice Ellie's life for a possible vaccine. And Ellie, she's really emotional during the scene. Bella Ramsey, it was just pretty good acting from her. She's slowly been improving over the course of the season, which, you know, I gotta give my flowers to her at some point. So yeah, you know, this was a good scene. It was a good scene. And after the scene, all three of them have a meeting. And Jesse's like, okay, so here's the fucking situation. You know, Tommy's here. He's somewhere in Seattle. We had this rendezvous point at this library. So let's go see if he's fucking there. Dina, you know, you hold up here. Me and Ellie, we're going to go to the library and see what's up with that. So then Ellie and Jesse leave. And when they're leaving, you know, they're walking through Seattle. They start talking. And immediately Jesse, he knows something's up with them. He starts, you know, lightly prodding at them. And then fucking Ellie spills her fucking spaghetti and spoils to her that fucking Dina's pregnant. And he's like, oh my fucking god, dude. He's like, I need to go back. You know, I need to stay safe for my fucking child. So we better not die, you know. But, you know, shortly after this, they're, you know, investigating these, like, ruins or some shit. Oh no, they were hiding from the rain. They were just, like, under an underpass or some shit. Then they hear some commotion, you know, some shooting, and they go and hide. And then they see the Seraphite. He's been cornered by like 6 or 7 WLF soldiers, and then they fucking kill him. And while this is happening, Ellie really wants to go and fucking save this kid, even though there's like 8 fucking WLF soldiers all fucking armed. And, you know, Jesse stops this, and the WLF soldiers leave, and Ellie has a fucking hissy fit about this. Like, shut the fuck up. You guys would not have been able to do shit. You were not going to be able to save him. They were going to fucking gun you the fuck down. Shut the fuck up. Jesse was completely reasonable in this situation. After this, we have a very brief but a very good Jeffrey Wright scene. And he's playing the character of Isaac. He's like one of the top guys at the WLF. And he's meeting with this Asian lady who's another top member. And they start discussing Abby. And, you know, the Asian lady, she's like, you know, why are you bringing her up so much? Do you want to fuck her? And he's like, no. Dude, we're having a fucking battle. Me and you are gonna die. Who do you think will fucking lead the WLF? It's gonna be Abby. She's the next in charge. So yeah, a very short but very good scene from Jeffrey Wright. In the very few times we've seen him throughout the series, he's just been so fucking enjoyable. He really picked up the quality after, you know, Joel died, after Pedro Pascal's gone. So yeah, shout out Jeffrey Wright, he's a god. But after this, Jesse and Ellie find the library, but Tommy is nowhere to be seen. They decide to wait around a little bit, and they start talking. But before they fucking start talking, Ellie finds this book. And I fucking, you know, I'm in bed watching the fucking show. I fucking leapt out. I had that same fucking book as a kid. No joke. I was like, what the fuck? And so many childhood fucking memories came back. It was pretty good. I read that book so many fucking times. It's probably at my parents' house somewhere, if I looked hard enough. So yeah, anyway, they're talking, but then they hear some noise on the walkie-talkie. And there's a sniper somewhere, and they're shooting at WLF soldiers. So then Ellie and Jesse go up to like the top of the library or whatever, and they're trying to scout out where the sound is coming from. But when Ellie is looking out, she notices a Ferris wheel on this like boardwalk where an aquarium is. And at the start of the episode, remember when Ellie and Dina were, talking right at the very start. Ellie starts talking about, what she was talking about with Nora at the end of episode 5. And Nora revealed where Abby was staying. She mentioned something about a wheel, and Ellie didn't really understand that at the time, but now she does. She knows probably where Abby is, and she's like, yo, we're gonna go over there. We're gonna go to that fucking aquarium. And Jesse's like, no, we're going in the opposite direction. The sound's coming from a fucking somewhere else. It's not over there. Fuck that shit. And then they get into a big fight, and Ellie is completely fucking in the wrong. She starts saying how, Tommy has that situation figured out. He's got it under control. And even then, we don't even know if it's him. And he would want me to go to the fucking aquarium and kill Abby. Then she brings up the vote that happened at, I think, episode 3. As to whether a group should go into Seattle to, kill Abby. And Ellie says, if 3 more people voted with you, we would have been fucking doing this anyway. And Jesse's like, bro, I didn't vote for you, dude. I voted against that. And Jesse explains like, it wasn't for the betterment of the fucking community. And Ellie fucking crashes out. She's like, oh my god, all you ever do is for the betterment of the fucking community. That's all you care about. You think you're so much fucking better than us. Like, shut the fuck up. He's just trying to fucking help people. You're selfish as fuck, bitch. And she also brings up that fucking kid who died earlier. And she's like, you didn't even fucking want to save him. Like, shut up, you guys were outnumbered. After this little crash out, Jesse's like, fuck you, bitch. I'm gonna go to where that noise is. I hope you stay safe, bitch. Like, fuck you. A complete fuck you to Ellie. So, they go on their separate ways. So we skip later during the night, when she's trying to find her way to the aquarium. She's on this, like, beach area. And, mind you, during this time, it's a fucking storm. There's thunder, heavy rain. Heavy rain. But yeah. It's a very, scary atmosphere at the moment. She sees this little boat on the shoreline. But then she sees a bunch of other boats, bigger boats. Like 8 or 10 of them full of fucking WLF soldiers going out to sea. So she's like, damn, we're up against a fucking lot of people. But, they leave and she goes on her little boat. And mind you, when this is happening, it's got this very good instrumental piece playing in the background. These, like, droning, ambient, scary noises. I don't know what instrument it was, but it was very fucking good. It just created a great fucking atmosphere and complemented, the weather that was happening in the show at the time. The thunder and shit. But yeah, she's at sea and this fucking huge wave comes through and she goes through it, but she like washes ashore to somewhere. So she's on another beach. And I damn near got fucking jump scared when she looked up after she, crashed or whatever. There's this little fucking Seraphite kid at the forest edge. And that kind of fucking scared me a little. He was a creepy looking fuck. And, Ellie's trying to, make him be quiet. But she goes off, she gets some Seraphites, and they all grab her. They take her deeper into the fucking forest. And they're hanging her at this time. And this fucking executioner bitch comes out. And she's got this little sickle. And they're gonna fucking cut through her fucking stomach. But no, she gets saved by gunfire. A bunch of gunfire goes off. The WLF, maybe it was the people from before on the boats. They're invading this little Seraphite encampment, right? So all these Seraphites that had Ellie, on a noose, essentially, they go running away. So she got fucking lucky. She goes back to her boat, and she goes back out to sea, and makes her way to the boardwalk where this aquarium is. And she's entering it, and she hears some noise. She hears some talking, and there's this little meeting happening, and it's two of the Fireflies from before that helped Abby kill Joel. I forgot their fucking names. I believe it was the one that looked like Jake Gyllenhaal and this other like mystery meat fucking this other mystery meat bitch. But yeah, anyway, she interrupts their meeting. She's like, hands up, motherfuckers. I'm gonna shoot you motherfuckers if you don't tell me where Abby is. And, you know, the two Fireflies, they're like, well, fuck. We might as well not tell you if you're gonna fucking kill us. And she's like, no, I'm not like you. I'm not gonna kill you. So then why would they fucking tell you where Abby is? Like, think. You gotta be intimidating. But no, Ellie's like, you know, show me on the map. And the Jake Gyllenhaal guy, he's like, okay, I'll show you. Then he grabs the fucking pistol that's to his side, goes to fucking shoot Ellie. Ellie draws fucking quicker. Bang! Right through the middle of his fucking throat. Good fucking shot, I can't lie. But behind this guy was the mystery meat bitch. And the bullet, I guess, grazed her neck. And to me, it didn't look like a bad wound, but maybe it hit like a vein, a major vein or some shit, a major artery, I don't know. Because a bunch of fucking blood comes out. She falls to the floor. You know, Ellie goes to her and the bitch is like, yo, I'm pregnant. Give me a fucking C-section. Get this fucking child out of me. Please save it. And Ellie, she doesn't know what to fucking do. She's not a fucking doctor. So she's just fucking sitting there. She's like, tell me what to do. But this bitch is dying. She's damn near fucking incoherent. So, you know, there's not much Ellie can do. I can't blame her. I wouldn't have done that. It would have been gross as fuck. I'm not cutting into a bitch's fucking tummy. This kind of fucks her up a bit. She's like, damn, I fucking killed these people even though I wasn't supposed to. And then Tommy and Jesse show up and they're like, damn, you killed these motherfuckers, but, you know, you probably had to. Let's just go back. Let's go back to the theater. Let's recoup. And let's get the fuck out of Seattle. So they make their way back to the theater and they start packing up. They're like, no, it's time to go. And I think Tommy says to her something like, are you fine with not killing Abby? And Ellie is like, I'm paraphrasing, but she was like, you know, I'm fine, but I'll have to live with that decision of not killing Abby. And then Ellie and Jesse, they go into this other room and they start packing up and shit. And then they hear a bunch of fucking commotion in the other room where Tommy is. They go rushing out. Jesse goes fucking running out the door. Bang! He gets fucking beamed right in the head. Falls to the fucking ground. He's fucking dead. And guess who fucking shot him? It's fucking Abby. So Abby and Ellie, they're face to face. And Abby's like, what the fuck? Why are you in Seattle? These motherfuckers, you know, they killed my friends. And then Ellie's like, they didn't kill them. I did. And then Abby is like, what the fuck? I let you live. And you do this to me? Then she fucking points the gun at Ellie, and Ellie puts her fucking hands up like, oh, no, 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 and boom! Fucking cuts to black, fucking Soprano style. What the fuck? Abby just fucking shot Ellie. But this isn't the end of the episode. We have Abby waking up. And initially I thought this was like a little dream sequence. But no. We get some text on the screen saying Day 1, Seattle. Which would insinuate that this was the first day that Dina and Ellie arrived in Seattle. And... you know, they're kind of copping fallout at the moment. Because they're all living in the fucking stadium. Abby wakes up and she's like overlooking the WLF encampment in the stadium. I guess where the fucking Seahawks play or some shit. I don't know. But yeah, that's the end of the episode and the end of the fucking series. Now, it was a pretty fucking decent episode, boys. I'll be honest. The dialogue was great. The acting was great. The soundtrack was really fucking good. But I was left a little bit unsatisfied. I thought it would, you know, wrap up pretty fucking good. But we're left on a bit of a fucking cliffhanger, boys. You know, I thought it would wrap up very well. Especially because, you know, this episode takes place during a storm. And mind you, I didn't play The Last of Us 2. But, you know, I know the ending. I know, you know, the last fight scene between Abby and Ellie takes place in, like, this watery place during, like, a storm. And I really thought that would happen in this episode, especially because they were on the, like, boardwalk. So I just figured, you know, Ellie would find Abby and they'd have a fight in the ocean or some shit. But no, Ellie goes back to the theater, Abby fucking tracks him down, kills Jesse, and seemingly kills Ellie as well. I guess we won't find this out till season 3. But yeah, man, a pretty fucking decent episode as a whole. Not a lot to complain about, to be honest, except, I guess Ellie's character, but I've complained about her enough this season. But as stated before, there was a lot of great dialogue, a lot of good scenes. Some scenes that stick out were the first one between Ellie and Dina, and also the Jeffrey Wright scene, as well as when Ellie infiltrated the aquarium and killed those motherfuckers and refused to give a C-section. That was a pretty good scene as well. So yeah, not a lot to complain about. That is the end of season 2. Again, I'm left a little bit unsatisfied, just because, you know, I felt we could have wrapped it up very nicely. Season 1 was the first game, Season 2 was the second game, and then Season 3, it could be its own story, but no, we're gonna see something new. Maybe it'll be different from the game. Maybe you guys tell me. You know, I didn't play the second game. Was the season accurate to the game? I don't know. I don't know, boys. You guys will have to tell me. So yeah, Season 2, it did have its ups and downs. I'll give the season like a 6 out of 10. It started off a little slow. Episode 1, nothing really happened, but that's fine. You know, a lot of the time in TV shows, the first episode of a new season, it kind of be like that, let's be honest. But then episode 2, everything fucking happened. You know, Jackson got invaded and Joel died. I feel like maybe they rushed the death of Joel. Maybe he could have stuck it out a little bit more. I know he dies early in the games as well, but maybe they could have taken some creative liberty. Maybe have his death happen halfway through the season. I don't know. But then episode 3 happens and Ellie leaves Jackson to go get some fucking revenge. I thought this episode was actually kind of underrated. I actually really liked it. I remember the cinematography being very good in this episode. That stuck out to me a lot. Then episode 4, you know, Ellie and Dina, they're in Seattle. They fuck around a little bit. And here we have the fucking infamous line, "I'm gonna be a dad." You know, a very fucking cringe line, but I didn't harp on about it too much, I think. You know, it's just a very fucking cringy line. I saw a lot of people, you know, bitching about it, which is fair. It's really cringe, but, you know, what can you do? But yeah, that episode was alright. It was fine. Nothing really sticks out to me. It was just a pretty decent episode. But then episode 5 happened, and oh my god, boys, I fucking hated this episode. I thought the dialogue was fucking terrible. It was on the level of fucking soap opera. It was soap opera writing. It was pure fucking trash. That episode was really fucking bad. Like, really, really bad. It was fucking boring as well. Nothing really happened that episode. A complete fucking waste. I can barely remember. All I remember is that at the end, Ellie finds Nora and beats the fuck out of her. That was like, and that was like the only good thing that happened in that episode. Then episode 6 happened, and it was actually a really weird episode, I feel. I feel like it really messes with the pacing of the series. The whole thing was a flashback episode that takes place over the years as Ellie and Joel were in Jackson. And, you know, I'm glad Pedro Pascal was in that episode because he was good, you know, he's a great fucking actor. And he really raises the quality of the series. But again, I just feel like it was kind of unnecessary. And it low-key makes the finale feel a little bit rushed as well. The last episode leaves us on a cliffhanger, but also feels unsatisfying and kind of rushed, which is very fucking weird. I feel like that's a symptom of episode 6 being a flashback. But you know, that episode as a whole was pretty fucking decent, I can't lie. It just messes with the pacing of the series. It was okay, as I stated. Good acting, good dialogue, good score. Just some, you know, maybe bad scenes with Ellie, but not acting-wise, just her as a character, and the cliffhanger was a little unsatisfying. So yeah, that was the fucking series. I'll give it a fucking decent 6 out of 10. You know, a lot of improvements could be made, and, you know, I'll be here for season 3, boys. That's for fucking sure. I don't know where they'll go. The cliffhanger does leave, you know, a lot of interpretation for what's going to happen in season 3. Because, as I've stated like a million times in the last 5 minutes, it could have been wrapped up pretty well here. But no, I guess we'll see what happens next. But yeah, that's it for me, boys. And oh my god, thank you guys for the support on this series, on my reviews. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate you guys for watching. I appreciate you guys for subscribing. If you guys want to unsubscribe now because, you know, no more Last of Us reactions, reviews, I completely understand. It's fine. But trust me, if you want to stay around, there is Kino on the way, boys. Fucking trust me. You know, I'm always thinking of new ideas. And yeah, trust me, boys. There's some fucking good videos on the way. You know, next month is going to be jam-packed. I mean, just this week, we've got the new Wes Anderson movie coming out. Next month is the new 28 Days Later movie. Also, the new Sam Hyde show is next month, the new MDE project. I'm really looking forward to that. And it's Pride Month next month, I think. So I'll definitely be making a video for that. Trust me, boys. Trust me. But yeah, that's all for me, boys. Thank you guys for watching. I love y'all. Peace.